A group of prisoners decide that now is the time to act. They still have grenades concealed within their clothing. There are only a handful of guards. They make their decision. Suddenly, the Taliban rise up and overpower their guards. Tyson and Spann are surrounded by more than 200 desperate men. They draw their weapons and fire. Approximately 160 meters away, in the HQ building, Stout and his cameraman are on the terrace. Hearing loud bangs, they immediately start filming.
We heard 1 or 2 explosions, obviously grenades, and almost instantly after that, gunfire, really intense gunfire. I hit the ground, I lay flat on the ground, and just tried to check the situation.
Stout and the few Northern Alliance guards stationed below him have no clear view of the southern courtyard and no idea what's happening. Bullets continue to whistle around them. A jeep is hit and bursts into flames. The car was the Westerners' only means of escape. Now, they are trapped. In the southern courtyard, Dave Tyson and Mike Spann are still under fire. They shoot back, but the Taliban charge towards them. For the CIA agents, the situation has just turned critical. In an Afghan fort, 300 Taliban prisoners have overpowered their guards, seized weapons, and are opening fire. CIA agent Dave Tyson fights for his life. His colleague Mike Spann is overpowered and killed. Spann is the first American casualty in the war on terror. On the other side of the fort, German journalist Arnim Stout is hunkered down outside the headquarters building. His cameraman braves the bullets to capture what he can. The only way out is towards the shooting. Confusion reigns.
What the hell is going on? It was pretty clear we're in trouble. We're in real trouble.
CIA agent Tyson is in an even more dangerous situation in the courtyard. Short on ammunition and heavily outnumbered, he decides to make a break for it. Tyson races 150 meters into the northern compound and towards the headquarters building. The American is filmed running across the courtyard. By the time the cameraman gets inside, Stout is already talking to Tyson.
He was agitated, that was very obvious. It was very clear that guy just had experienced something extraordinary.
Stout realizes that the man is probably CIA.
American. What's happening? There's a prison uprising. Uprising, yeah. So, how they have got weapons stolen from us? Who was supposed to infiltrate them?
Little by little, through his information, I got more of a picture. It was then that I found out we're even in deeper trouble than I had realized up to that point.
The situation is bad for all sides. The Westerners are holed up in the northwest corner of the fort. The exit is towards the southern compound and the gunfire. One group of Taliban are in the pink building, 55 meters from the armory. But more than 100 are out in the open, many of them still bound. Dostum's men regroup. They race into position on the parapet overlooking the courtyard and mount a counterattack. They mow down dozens of the prisoners. The Taliban are outgunned. They have only a handful of weapons seized from the guards. If they are to survive, they must rearm, and soon. Back in the northwest corner of the fort, Stout and Tyson are desperate to find a way out.
At that point, I had the feeling a mortar shell can explode in this courtyard and would kill us instantly.
Come on.
Tyson has with him an AK-47 and an empty 9mm pistol. He's lost all of his communications gear. He has no radio, no phone, and no way to call for backup. But Stout does have communications gear, a satellite phone that works perfectly. Now, the journalist faces a dilemma. Trapped in the middle of a gunfight, does he get involved in the events he's covering? Does he help the American agent and lend him the phone?
I mean, it's a golden rule. You wouldn't assist the CIA doing their job. I was really afraid of not getting out there alive. My daughter was 3 years old at that time. Every golden rule might have an exception.
Stout gives Tyson the phone. The CIA agent calls the American embassy in Tashkent and requests backup.
We control the north end of the fort. The south end of the fort is in their hands. There's hundreds dead here, at least. And I don't know how many Americans are killed. I think one was killed. I'm not sure. There was two at least, me and some other guy. Just need help to free this place up.
And then he added, make it very clear you can't come and bomb the place, because it's very difficult to distinguish between where the Taliban are and where we are, because it's so close together. He made it clear, I think, at least twice or 3 times.
And again, we can't hit it from the air. We're not talking coming and bombing.
That gave me some hope, you know, that helicopters would come in and take us out of there.
To the south, the Taliban make a crucial discovery. They break into the nearest building. It's the armory. They grab AK-47s, grenades, rocket launchers, mortars, and ammunition. They immediately direct their attack towards the northern side of the fort, towards Tyson and Stout. Late morning, and Time magazine reporter Alex Perry arrives at Kali Jangi. This is his first assignment as a war correspondent.
I had a desperate ambition for years that I wanted to know what it felt like to get shot at. I just wanted to know. Watched too many war movies or something.
At 2 p.m., 2.5 hours after the uprising began, a small team of 15 heavily armed men arrive. They are British and American special forces, responding to Tyson's call for help.
The Brits took the frontline position. They almost immediately are on this parapet firing down into the Taliban and Al-Qaeda.
A camera captures the action. The soldiers ignore Tyson's warnings.
Can't hit it from the air.
And call in an airstrike. They have 2 primary objectives: to destroy the armory and kill any Taliban fighters located in the southern compound. 4 of the US Special Forces troops shine a laser on the armory to get its precise location. They radio the coordinates to a twin-engine F-18 Hornet flying above.